Hey there, Deborah Donaldson here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing some of the new things that have been going on with conversion.ai. Number one is that they have done some rebranding. They're just going by the name of Jarvis now. So one, that's a lot easier to say. The other thing is they've added a ton of new templates that I'm going to show you what all they've added, and I'm also going to show you about Bossmode. What's the big deal about Bossmode? So let's get started. Okay, so I am just going to start out with a quick run through of some of the new templates that have been added to the back office. They've got like over 60 templates now. When I joined, there was only, I think, around 35 or something like that. So they've really been working on increasing the number of templates. And they've also done something called Bossmode, which I will be talking about here at the end. So they've added blog post conclusion paragraph, which is going to help you wrap up your blog posts. They have added emails so that if you are doing email marketing, and if you're anything like me, I struggle with coming up with content for my emails to my audience. And so the result of that is that I'm consistent for a little while, but then I drop off, and then it's hard to get things going again. So the personalized cold email template has really been helping me out a lot in terms of coming up with content. I always do a little modification, put my spin on it, use my tone of voice just to make things more in my voice, and but it gives me something to go from. One of the things I hate most is just staring at my blank computer screen. What do I do? What do I write? I just, that's one of my struggles. So having this has really helped me out a lot. There's also email subject lines, so this will help you come up with subject lines so that your emails get opened and read. Then there is, if you are using Quora, you can answer questions in Quora. That's one of the places that is great for getting free leads, is to build up your following in Quora, provide lots of value answering questions. Using Jarvis to answer the questions is going to save you a ton of time. And then Quora will share your information out there, and as more and more people give you a thumbs up and engage with your content, then you're just going to get more and more views to whatever information you've linked out to, like your YouTube channel or your blog posts or things like that. So using the Quora answers has been a huge time savers for me. Engaging questions is another new template that will help you, for Facebook posts, asking engaging questions to get more, engaging questions to get more engagement on your blog posts, to show Facebook that you're active, and getting people commenting on your posts. This is another great template. Text summarizer, business product name, poll questions and answers. These have all been huge additions to the Jarvis template dashboard. So those are some of the new things that have been added. And then now I want to show you a little bit about Bossmode. Bossmode basically is going to help you create content faster. You can just type a command. So instead of using a template, you can just type in your command on what you want while you're in your document, which is going to save you a ton of time. So you can type a command like what he says here: Jarvis, write a Facebook ad for my store. And then Jarvis is going to start writing your Facebook ad. So you don't have to go to the side, go to the templates, go to Facebook ad, click on that, create, generate content. So it's saving you a lot of steps. You just have direct contact with Jarvis in terms of creating content. So what I'm going to do is, Jarvis, they created a little webinar, well, a full-scale webinar. I've just taken a short bit from the center part that really they show you exactly what Bossmode does and why it's a benefit. So I'm going to put that little clip in here. Just keep watching. It's just a few minutes long, and Dave will walk you through how Bossmode works and the benefits of Bossmode. So let me just go ahead and get into an article, and I will give you a quick demo of Bossmode.
And if you wanted to, you could use our templates. If you want to, you can call on them, and a lot of times you're going to get better use out of that. But what if we could just give you a direct line to Jarvis instead of us always standing in the way here? If we could step out of the way and do that, and essentially, what if we could make you the boss of Jarvis? And so we tried that out. We tested that. We iterated along, like, what would that mean and what would that look like? And again, we looked at Shortly and noticed kind of what they were doing around that. And it turns out when you do that, it's really freaking awesome for a user experience. It makes everything so much easier, so much better, so much faster. Makes the content higher quality, and it really is a delight to use. And so today I want to introduce you to something new called Bossmode, where you get to be the boss of Jarvis, and you're not just waiting on us to tell Jarvis what to do, and you got to talk to us. But Bossmode, I think, is a whole new way to approach content creation inside of our app. And we've played around with this a lot. I've been testing this a lot for weeks, and it really is amazing. It makes the product at least 2 to 3 times better, far easier to write content, far easier to just get the output that you want here. And it really is just a joy to use. It feels much more like the product is getting out of the way, and it's letting you write in a more natural and user-friendly way here. And so you guys ready to see what we've been working on? Let me know in the chat. If you want to see this thing, I would love to hear from you that you're freaking pumped. Yeah, guys, I got all sorts of screens here with all different chats here. It is exciting. I love to see the energy here. And so let's talk about what Bossmode is. The first thing you're going to get inside Bossmode is increased vision or increased look back. So right now, Jarvis sees about 600 characters. So if you're writing, right here at the end of that little blue section there, if you're writing there, let me see if you can see. Oh, there you go. You can see my mouse there. If you're right at the end of that, Jarvis can look back and see about a paragraph, before you can't see anything else above that. But that becomes a little bit of a problem as you start writing more and more content because, it can't really look back that far. It loses context. And so this can lead to more duplicate content. Jarvis can forget what was written before, harder for Jarvis to follow the document pattern, harder to kind of summarize stuff. And so, this worked, but it's a bit of a hassle here. And so one of the things that we're going to do in Bossmode is juice that heavily. And so in Bossmode, Jarvis can see about 2,000 to 3,000 characters, depending on exactly what you're doing there. And so up to a 5 times larger vision area. So as you're down here now, you can see, this whole section and this whole section and this whole section and this whole section of the intro paragraph and the title, which just makes writing so much easier because he has more context. So we're talking less duplicate output. It references, the material above. So you'll see him as he's writing, half the page down. He'll say, as I mentioned in the first paragraph or at the beginning of this, we're doing X, Y, and Z. Allows you to summarize longer content and just ultimately much, much faster and higher quality writing. That's the first thing that we added to Bossmode. Second thing is we unlocked the compose button. And so as if you've used our long form assistant before, basically what we would do is, Jarvis would generate a little bit, then we'd ask you to generate a little bit. We'd say, hey, write about 10 words on your own there. You'd write a little bit, Jarvis write a little bit. You'd write a little bit, Jarvis write a little bit. And that worked. It was a little bit annoying. People found a bunch of different little ways around that. And it was just honestly just kind of annoying to have to do that all the time. And so with Bossmode, again, we're going to step out of the way here. And we've unlocked that to where now you can just keep hitting compose to help you generate content. Not that, you don't want to get in there and steer it and change some things up and all of that, but you don't have to write content in the middle of that anymore, which really allows you to write even faster and honestly is just so much more of a delight to use. And the third big thing that you're going to get is this new feature called Jarvis Command. So what is Jarvis Command? Well, we kind of said, well, what if we could, instead of using templates and forms and filling all this stuff out, what if you could just give Jarvis a command and tell him what you want him to do in plain language? And some of that's going to be stuff that we've already built. You know, maybe you're saying, hey, write a blog outline. Some of it's probably things that we've never even thought of. Y'all are creative. Y'all have your own workflows and your own recipes, your own things you're trying to do. And so we said, well, what if we just kind of let you guys talk to him the same way you maybe would, you know, Siri or something like that. And so, you know, what Jarvis command does allows you to do things like this. You say, hey, Jarvis, write me a blog intro that's funny. Hey, Jarvis, give me a few titles for my webinar. Hey, Jarvis, answer the question, how much protein should you eat in a day? If you're writing a blog post about, you know, the importance of protein. Hey, Jarvis, run the content improver on the paragraph above. Hey, Jarvis, write me a few different book titles. Hey, Jarvis, write me a song for my wife. I had my 5-year anniversary the other day, and I did not use Jarvis for the card that I wrote her. Y'all would be excited. My wife knows too much about Jarvis for me to be pulling that off there. I wrote that thing on my own. But when we step out of the way and let you just communicate with Jarvis, things get really, really powerful. And that's what Jarvis command really allows you to do. It's allowing you to become the boss of Jarvis, command him in a way that you can do whatever it is that you're looking to do. So Jarvis command, tell Jarvis what you want and he'll do it. Functionally, you can create a lot of your own templates. You can create more of your own workflows. You can create more of your own recipes. As you kind of string these things together, you don't have to just wait for us to create some template. And what's really cool about Jarvis command is it continually gets better the more you and others use it. And so right now, it's the worst it will ever be. But as y'all ask Jarvis things, we're ingesting all of those commands and we're training Jarvis to understand the intent of those commands in all different, you know, thousands and hundreds of thousands of different ways to ask something to really understand what's your intent and what should Jarvis be writing. And so this is the first time we've really had the system working where it gets better and better and improves over time. And so I'm really, really excited about this. You know, it's great now. It's exciting now. It's awesome now. But here in 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, you know, really, really quickly, which I'm really excited about here. Are you guys excited? Do you guys see how much that would change writing if you could do those 3 things? If you could look back, if you could just generate content without having to write in between, and if you could command Jarvis to do whatever you wanted him to do, well, I can tell you, it is a total joy. And so,
okay, so I hope you enjoyed that demo of Bossmode. I'm going to be putting my link to Jarvis in the description below. So if you would like an extra 10,000 credits to play around with and make sure this is a good match for you, then go ahead and click the link in the description below. And I will also be adding in my playlist of other Jarvis videos, which will help to show you how to use Jarvis effectively.